Well, hello, I'm live. I'm in portrait mode on purpose. It's easier for me to see. And who cares about this being in landscape? It's not like some great video experience for you. So, hello. I'm Rick Sarah of Another Dirty Room. And here I am on YouTube, my own channel, trying to get things going. So I noted when you start up, oh, Dan and I are fine. I just talked with Dan. No, Dan and I are okay. Sometimes you don't always agree on everything. As human beings, we very simply think we know everything more than someone else. One of my favorite places in the world, right there. Right there. Did you see our finger? Yo, Rick. Cabrina, hi. So, broadcasting to you from my headquarters in Florida. And yeah, I wear two pair of glasses at different times, magnified sunglasses. These I have a fancy pair of no line, transitional, bifocal, whatever lenses with built-in transitions for the dark and lightning, and supposed to be anti-scratch protection. I had them about a year. I can't even read out of them. So here I am on some $5 readers. These are really up deluxe. Several pair in this and this all at one time. You know nothing, Leslie? I doubt that. All right, so so Dan and I had a disagreement, but I don't know how you even caught wind because I didn't say much about it, and we're fine. We're still able to kiss each other. And of course, he never kisses me. I just kiss him because he's always running away. He's no, no, Ricky, no, Ricky, don't kiss me. No, he doesn't do that. He just says, "Ew." Is he the big spooner? I don't know. Never spooned. Sorry. No. Dan and I have no sexual attraction between the two of us. We are not lovers, cuddlers, anything. Okay? Doesn't even like to touch at all, usually. So, unless he really cares about you. But unfortunately, you're uncomfortable, chicken parmigiana. Oh, I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. What, did you wish that Dan and I were lovers? Oh, beyond impossible. It's impossible for us to be married forever. Uh, Dan's going through changes. He is looking at big, major changes in his life. We know a little bit about that. Hi there, Gabo. Yeah, boy. And I'm not going into the mess. If you want to hear more, hear it from his own mouth. Go on his Instagram, his Twitter, his YouTube, his Facebook, and look for his chats. He said it, everything he wants to say. If you're on Patreon, go back a couple episodes on Patreon. He talks extensively about that. Oh, maybe on that episode, which I didn't listen to the last couple of ones. Maybe he said something about people making him crazy. All right, so right now, what is the status of merch? We have a design for a new T-shirt, and we have some shirts to sell. And exactly, Ariel. Dan, around late November, early December, I'm not exactly sure. Thank you, Malachi. I actually, I was there for the filming, but I think that Dan did an exquisite job putting together everything. The cuts were so clean, and Dan is selling keychains on his store. He has some posters left over from Mothman Festival, keychains, and a little tote bag, all with the Another Dirty Room new logo on his store. I'm not selling those. Only thing I'm selling is the stuff that's outside of the brand name stuff for Dan. Yeah, the air quality thing is cool, and that was something Dan found. We talked about different electronic gizmos and things in the past, and he settled on that surface testing unit for swabbing for cleanliness. Yeah, and the shenanigans, well, you know, we just had to Brennan on a leash last episode, so see if he gets to squirt me again, or put dirty toilet water in my face, or something nice, or sling some slime out of a drain. How about if I snap his ass with another rubber, like I did in season 2 at Kingsville, Maryland? The pile of poop. Yes. The soft serve chocolate flavor left for us. Which, as the day went on, Dan and I put cigarettes out in the poop and had like 8 cigarette butts in the pile. I'm not sure if he took a photo of that and just put that out. I don't think I did. So, I've noticed that some people are bored with my channel because I'm losing some subscriber numbers. Yes, I know. It's sad. I peaked at like 3,930 people, and now I'm down to 3,880 or something like that. So, whatever. You're not bored, Deb? Thanks. Well, subscribe 100 times. I'm just kidding. But people who are still watching and haven't unsubscribed as yet, I'd like to just talk to the ones that are on the fence. Please stick around. I intend to do something much more than one and done shoots. I'm working on it. Give me a chance. I'm not a videographer, photographer. That's not my skill. My skill set's different. But I'm working on acquiring the knowledge to work the software, to do more, and I have footage I want to put together, and I have several things already lined up. Thank you, Malachi. I'm going to be putting together a series of episodes which are going to be called The World According to Rick Serra. And I will go to different settings and talk about different topics, describe the places I go to, as only Rick Serra can. Of course, there'll be a mixture of reality and falsehood, stretching the truth, or whatever you want to call it, for the benefit of comedy. Because that's what I want to focus on, is laughter. I also found that some people have enjoyed my experiments in ASMR on videos. I'm going to try to do better with that. I have something in mind for a little longer of a period of time, something very soothing that I think people... Thank you, Lady Common. I am laid back. I love nature. I love people. I love life. I love this blessing I have that we all share, the chance to live, do what we are desiring to do, because we're in a nation that lets us be able to be free and express ourselves. And I have no illusions of becoming some giant celebrity and being rich one day. It's not necessary. I'm fine economically. A little more spending money would be nice, but I'm not trying to, I don't know, be some kind of a wealthy filmmaker who, lives in an opulent setting, has multiple toys and vehicles, more than I ever could use. Oh, you don't like it? Yeah, that was the attempt on the duck video was not ASMR, but some people described in the comments that they thought it was effective, just like other things they had been exposed to try to promote the ASMR state in your mind and give you that kind of peace, that harmony that you can get from your brain being stimulated the way that it is with something simple to see, calming. Hey, Niall, how are you doing, guy? So that's something I'm still going to do. I'm going to do some music and then video it instead of just an improv. I think I'm going to probably take some time, work on something. It'll be improv still, but then get some kind of a loose structure and then do it. There's actually a guy down here in Florida that I met through Darren Mercer, who plays guitar, and I watched him play, and he's very good. I could see that the two of us could gel and put together something. That could be fun. So maybe Darren would be up for that. And we'll do something, get it going if it's okay. Put it on a video and then load it up. See how you guys like that. Thank you, Alicia. The last episode, I think it's like great. Yeah, you got to find. You're speaking to the one person's father, just retiring, beyond impossible. Yeah, my wife just actually retired in January of 2019. I went out in February 1 of 2018. But technically, I stopped working the end of December 2017 and had enough leave built up that I was able to take off the month of January and still be paid full salary for one more month because the pension is not but 30%, 35% of what I used to make. And it's enough, but it's only 35% what I used to make. Some pensions give you a lot larger of a percentage of your income, but unfortunately the day of the pension is waning, and it's now going to be up to you as younger people to be smart, save money wisely in some kind of long-term savings, maybe investing, maybe playing stocks, using software and online tools and all that good stuff like you see on television commercials, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to build a squirrel's nest, fill it with acorns. I'm sorry, I lost the colloquialism I was trying to read in my mind, but I hit a bunch of redacted stuff in there, and I couldn't read through my redaction in my brain. Degree in environmental science. All right. Okay, well, no criminal activity, no arrests, clean record. That's an important start. Okay. Nest egg. Thank you, 978 Chuck. A nest egg, exactly. I am 342. 60. Just turned 60 years old. What is my favorite candy of all? I guess like just a basic Hershey's chocolate bar is probably the best chocolate candy thing. But I do like Getz's caramel creams too. They're from Baltimore, actually. And I don't look 60, thank you. Yes, are you going to come to Wyckoff's? I was down there today. Vintage Scenic. Actually, I put a video up on a gift I got from them that I actually made up. That it wasn't from them; it was someone in my family who gave it to me as a joke. But I gave them credit for it to make the video, and I don't know if they even watched it. I only did it to get under their skin, but that was actually the night of my real birthday on October 7th. Back in Baltimore, we were eating at a seafood restaurant right on the water in vicinity of Middle River area, it's called in Baltimore. So, yes, I'm going to be going to Wyckoff's tomorrow night, not to stay, but I'm going to do a walkthrough of Wyckoff's and do another video like I did for the Chamber of Terror, which is still open in Tampa. It's an it's like one of the best haunted houses I've ever been to, and at my age of 60, you can imagine I've been to quite a few of those scary things that you go through in a maybe somewhere out near just the countryside outside of town, and they have a barn and they have corn and mazes, and the people, their costumes, how they stayed in part. They weren't just running around and screaming. They actually had different um, set of script that they had created or had been created for them, and they stuck to the script and played their part. Excellent, excellent show. So, never been to a haunted house, Lee? Well, I guess you didn't want to. In Baltimore, when we grew up, we had the night before and the night of Thanksgiving, of Halloween. And if it was a weekend, you might do it for for all the way into Sunday. I've never heard of that. McCamey Manor. Is that here in Florida, or where is that? Chicken Parmigiana. It's an extreme haunted house. Tennessee. Okay. Is it an attraction, or is it supposedly a real haunted place? Oh, it did? Okay. Of course, you know, especially if you ever go into my little first effort on YouTube, RHS Paranormal, which is basically a dead page channel now. I can't even get to it, but stuff I saved on there when I created some videos before using something like Windows Movie Maker or something, and was horrible at it. I got very good recordings, audio recordings, and the photos of the place were just scary. So it's a collage of photos, and some of the photos taken where the different sounds would be in the background. And I played the clip one time, and then I played it 3 more times. And that's how I did it all the way through all those videos, so you could hear it a second and third time, fourth time, to see what you really heard. What you really heard was crazy stuff and disembodied voices. I mean, in this one room, we were all in the room, quiet, walking around. You might hear a crackle of something under your feet. But we didn't hear any noise, any sound audibly that was loud. A couple days later, I'm playing back the audio with headphones, and I hear this kind of a scream out of nowhere, over the top of everybody talking. What the heck was that? Laughing, singing, witch howling, strange words, sounds of metal, dragging, clicking. No flushing of toilet. Nope. It was an empty building in the area near Owings Mills, Maryland, which is a suburb north of Baltimore. And Those creepy places still there. You just can't get in. I had permission for like 8 months to go into it. November, December, all the way to June. From 2008 to 2009, it closed in June of 2009. So that was a great opportunity, and I had just started getting into that and just stepped back in. Hi to Y. To Y. Oh, you do that, Lee? You're into paranormal, and that crap is spooky, DJ. And Chicken loves it too. And maybe David's scared about it. Yes, I did the shot. That's exactly right. I met Dan because he was trying to get with a group that he wanted to do a documentary on, but he really wanted to do a documentary to show you some of these people. It's unfortunately humorous because of how socially inaccurate or awkward and introverted they are trying to do this. So, yeah, Christopher Grimm, I assume that the big trick or treating day is going to be actually Thursday this year. But back in Baltimore, I don't know if you had this tradition in your towns, but we had something we called moving night the night before. And it was the mischief night. Maybe you had it mischief night. Sometimes the mischiefness in mischief night in some towns includes setting fires and some terrible things. And some few people did that in Baltimore too, but mostly it was just us using a bar of soap to soap up the windows where your parents would tell you not the windshield or the back window, just the sides. Or you'd throw toilet paper all over somebody's trees and bushes in the front yard, that kind of thing. But then Halloween was the good thing. The 80 are posters, totes, and key tags. I hope are on his store by now. That should be up there. I didn't ask him, but he's a big boy. He knows he intended to put them up there. So, and we do get sick from these hotels. Man, the last set of hotels that we've done, I'd say half of them affected all of us some way or another. Air quality is the biggest problem. I mean, just because it's gross and all, if it doesn't have terrible smells, it's hot anyway. So add hot, like upper 80s, 90s temperatures, because we don't run the air conditioning when we're filming. The lights put off a lot of heat. Then you add odor, or you add, like with the air monitor now, we can see that the air quality is not just stinky, it could be dangerous with particulate matter, because that particulate matter, that's a very small micron sized particle, that's what it probably is. Well, it's all kinds of dust, but that would include mold spores. Oh, they're great to breathe. Getting a cold from mold is a nasty thing to get over, respiratory infection from mold. I know I had a terrible exposure in a nursing home one time. The people in the building were exposed to it for months. The government agency I worked for didn't see the severity that I saw, so it was cited to be fixed, but they didn't get cited with any level that could have cost them a fine, and they should have, because they let it go to heck and didn't do a thing. So mold is bad. You may want to wear a dust respirator like an N95 minimum. Those are a single-use respirator that are effective against, protect you against tuberculosis, for example. Or you might want to bite the Big Daddy and get yourself a real respirator with screw-in cartridges. Get the kind rated for asbestos or hazardous dusts. If you get a combination cartridge, they can be helpful for odors, but when the cartridge is filled, it's got a layer with activated carbon inside of it. then it's just going to be a musty thing, where if it's just a dust only cartridge, it really doesn't build up any odor, and then when you get too much resistance to breathing, you have to throw it away, obviously. Of course, the filter gets dirtier, it's more efficient for a while until it obscures the openings with so much material that no flow of air. You had auditory hallucinations, Dave? No, DJ, it's not nice. I know about that, unfortunately. A family member, my dear sister, passed away from, I'm forgetting the disease, a cancer. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, actually. She suffered with that her whole life. So, nothing to joke about, having crazy voices in your head telling you terrible, scary things. Yeah, well, the Swan, yes, of course, because the Swan, not only did it not have an air conditioner, it didn't even have a window that opened. They were nailed shut. The only thing it had was a water-filled radiator that thankfully was off when we were there. And I think that's like June, early June 2017 maybe, 2016, I can't remember, somewhere back there. Would you, Alicia, like to come to America for Halloween? Well, you know, people are starting to do something now. Instead of going from home to home, people go to a shopping center, and it's called trunk or treat. You go there, you open your trunk, you assumably have treats inside. Kids walk through the parking lot from car to car, stopping at each one. People get to see kids dressed up in costumes. It's in the open, it's less hanky-panky, it's easier for the parents to keep track of their kids. Nobody has to worry so much about the poor kid walking around. Walk with your kid, you dummy. I mean, you know, you're too lazy to get off your butt and go out and walk with your kids. Let them walk up to the doors. You could be at the sidewalk, and they walk up to the house. And you actually walk with your children as they trick or treat and enjoy it with them. What a novel idea, isn't it? Oh, being with your kids and having fun. I never heard of such a thing. Are we supposed to do that as parents? You're kidding, really? Another lecture will be how to discipline your child so that they behave when they become a teenager, instead of a hellion that you can't control. Next thing you know, it's another episode for Criminal Minds. It's a TV show about murderers. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Oh well. You probably don't watch it. It's on the old folk channel. And you guys, I know you probably watch the young channel. Most of my audience is younger. There's only a few older ones. I got one lady here who says that she's allegedly older than me. I doubt it. She's probably younger, just trying to make me feel good. Isn't that right, Deb? Okay, somebody laughed. Oh yeah, Raise? I have to remove you. Raise, R-A-Z-E, Pug for Prez. For some reason, I could not find you on YouTube. Here I am on YouTube. I see that's what you say is YouTube, your handle. It's Connor the neighbor. Do you spell your name K-O-N-N-E-R? I kind of thought it was C-O-N-N-O-R. My mistake if that's correct. James DeFella emailed you about your town. Hi there. Killer Games, right. Yeah. How you doing, man? I remember you. Killer Games. He's got a cool name there. So, No, they actually renovated those rooms though. That whole group of like 8 little rooms have been renovated, but they're still being frequented by the same clientele. So imagine what you probably find if you book a room again. Bring your luminol and you can see. Okay, so oh well, it's nice to be able to give people something to do when they're relaxing in their bed eating snacks. They can watch me. I'll try not to say or do anything to upset your stomach and ruin your appetite. Just kidding. I have my mother here. She's trying to give me tips on how to be polite and correct.
Impossible.
Oh, and this guy, he says he eats ADR, eats while watching ADR anyway, so no big deal. If I'm ever in Largo, Florida, I'm like 10 minutes from Largo, Florida. I'm going to be in lower Largo, Florida, upper St. Pete, Wednesday and Thursday night at Wyckoff's Haunted House, which is on. Thank you. I'm not 20. I'm 20 times 3. Try the multiplication table there. You can remember. Yeah, I'll be at Wyckoff's Haunted House. It's a straight, it is down here in Florida. You got West something North Southwest Avenue Street. It's like, what? All right, well, meet you at the Niagara Tap, maybe. You ever heard of the Niagara Tap on Seminole Boulevard? Monday night's open mic. I haven't been there yet. Maybe I could take my bass and fake like I'm playing along. I'm a giant 10-year-old. Yeah, that's correct. But I am 60. I've been doing 10 years old for 50 years. I'm really, really advanced at it now. Yes, you got to come over to the States, Killer. Just fly over. Just get on, a pterodactyl or something and hang on. Yes, I am a resident of Florida, and I live in Florida, except for in the summer. Then I go back. I have a home in Maryland, and I stay there. And at the holidays, I go back and forth afterwards. And then I might do the same here and there, but then I'm back here. Because up there, I don't want to be up there in the winter anymore. If I don't have to. I can survive. You're going to massage me when you're in Largo, chicken? Oh, message me. Oh, okay. That sounds good. You do that. But, massage, I was getting a little worried about that. I don't even know you yet. Can you buy me a drink first? Pinch me, Mom, if you think I'm saying something wrong. Or spank me.
Well, you'd be bruises all over.
Yeah, I love that shirt too. And we're almost out of that shirt. We only have a few sizes left. We got plenty of the one with Brendan and I and the review on the back and the rating. You've got to order one. Do it. And we have a lot of Dan Bell shirts. Dan Bell shirts, we reduce down for your benefit, and so we can sell them to $10 a shirt. The 2 shirts, the one that you liked with my face on the back, laughing, or the one with Brendan and myself on the back, both have the ADR Season 1 and 2 logo, and those are only 15. shipping is at cost. We're using the USPS store, so flat rate postal shipping up to if you want 2 day and all that kind of stuff. So the lowest rate we can get, we've tried it out with shirts, and unfortunately it's also the cost of the little shipping bag is everything, is our costs. This is not a big operation either, but we're trying to at least break even. Right now we're trying to come back up to even. So I just want people to, if you want a shirt, get it. It's not like I'm trying to schlep the shirts. Okay, I'm not making a lot of money on the shirts anyway, and they're heavy to carry, so it's easy for us to just put them in an envelope and mail them right down the road a couple of blocks. We'll do that Christmas list. So I have to get this done. I haven't started it because of all the things I've been doing for Halloween. But as soon as that's done this week, starting next Monday, I'm going to shop around for somebody to make my next shirt. Another shirt design that you have been asking for, at least some of you have, for a couple of years. Bring back asbestos is coming. It's not going to look like the Bring Back Asbestos shirts that a couple of people copied of the one that's a fan made and mailed to Dan. I don't want to follow the same design because I'm not trying to copy it. So we've come up with our own design, and I like little image or writing on the front. I like the big image on the back. So that's what it's going to be, the Bring Back Asbestos logo, or whatever you want to call it. I'm creating with the text of the words Bring Back Asbestos on the back. On the front, basically, some of the contact information for me. So it's like a little business card on my chest. Think of it that way. And yes, it'll be made out of 100% asbestos, so it's totally flame retardant. It's safe for you to put your baby in and sleep at night. No, I am not making out of asbestos goop. I can't use asbestos to make clothing. That's still not allowed. It still can't be in crayons. It can't be in food. It's now being allowed in some industrial applications. But I'm sorry that they expanded those applications, but, and I don't mean applications like for a job, I mean like ways to use the asbestos in something. That's another way to say application. Or to apply the makeup on my face is the application of makeup. You're welcome. I don't mind. You can come to my English as a second language class down at the Seminole Community Center every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 midnight. Why do they need to use it at all? I don't know. Write a letter to the White House and ask them why they are trying to expand the use of asbestos, a material that since the time of the Romans has been known to be deadly to humans, along with lead.
Yeah.
We knew this at the time of the Romans. It was written and documented. Pliny the Elder, look up Pliny the Elder. He told us about asbestos. He was Greek. That was even before the Romans. So I have no idea why people want to use things that they know will harm you. Is it cheaper? I guess if you want to try to get anything out of a rock to use it to make something, yeah, this isn't the Flintstones. This is real world life, I only made a joke because there's so many burn holes in duvets when you go to dirty motels. And I'm using a fake French accent because, of course, this is from my friend to the north in Canada, friend and Evangelista, who likes to call ceilings, roofs, and bedspreads duvets. I know. He's so cute. And I know he's eye candy to some of the ladies, and I guess some of the guys. To me, he's a cute little boy. He's so sweet, though. I pat him on the head, and I tell him, "Oh, you're so sweet. Here, give me some of that good luck. Give me that luck." And I rub his hair, and I feel so good afterwards. Love him too. Yes. Oh, was Pliny Roman, Lily? Okay, thank you. But he was an elder, just like me. He probably was 42, and that was an elder back in those days, because he probably lived to 50 if you were lucky. That was an old man or woman. All right, so Pliny was a Roman, whatever. So I only remember it from the mid-'80s when I used to teach asbestos trainer educations for exposure to asbestos, protection, use of protection, and respirators, and etc. Oh, and look up Quebec and Thetford mines. Okay, yeah. That's probably where the trace amount of material is in our suspended ceiling tiles. Yeah, because unfortunately it's not 100% free of asbestos. It all has a little bit. Sometimes the school systems get all wigged out and they test it and they find, oh, it's got 2% asbestos content. Well, then don't. Yes, I remember Caligula. We partied a lot back in the day. He was crazy. He liked to have these things, he called them orgies. You don't even want to know what happened at those things. I tell you one thing, people ate a lot of food. A lot of grapes especially. Oh my. Okay. Let's see, anybody like that? I guess he could have. He was relaxing. He was snorting a couple rails of asbestos. No, that's not why my nostrils are big. I just have a big nose. It is probably a Roman nose. It roams all over my face. And I am Italian. That's Italian. 25%. Hey, it's a little bit. Or 20%. Whatever. I got a little Italian seasoning in me. Oh, do they? But if I don't wear the glasses, then I can't read your comments. If you're half good, a half Italian, it's better than none. And the one person, Kanakahu, did I say it right? Kanakahu laughed because they thought the glasses made my eyeballs look magnified. All right, how long before the battery runs out?
Any second.
All right, so that was it. I just thought I would have a little chat, a little open chat with everybody who would like to hop on and say hello. As soon as I'm getting closer, I will let you know about the Bring Back Asbestos shirt that doesn't contain any asbestos. And if you want to say hello, I have a fan page, email rather, a fan email, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it correctly again. I do have a fan email, which I really want for people to use if they have a sale, a purchase they want to make rather, and they have any questions with anything. Or if, we need to contact you and you provide your email, you're going to receive an email from that address. And that is Rick dan.adr@aol.com. So you can use it. You can write me something. I mean, it's fine. I'll look at everything that's sent to me. My wife actually is managing that account. And anything that she sees that's a personal message to me, I'm forwarded the message. So, and then I can reply to you. And if you want to go to my website, it is www.ricksarahstar.com. Of course, you know where I am on YouTube because you're here. I'm at capital THE, capital RICK, capital SERRA on Facebook, underscore and all lowercase RH Sarah Jr. on Twitter, and Sarah.Rick on Instagram. Did I get them all? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I did. All right. And I will. My mom's great. This is her home. She lets me come here now. Cramp her style. She's used to being alone and enjoying peace and quiet away from me. But now that's all gone. Now she has to put up with me virtually all year round. She gets a little break when I go up in just before Thanksgiving, and then I'll be back down here again early February. So just a little break. No, we love each other. We actually love being with each other, don't we, Mom?
Yes, we do.
We only butt heads once in a while. Most of the time, we're very copacetic. Okay, I will give her plenty of warning that I'm coming. It's negative 27 Celsius and snowing. That doesn't sound good. Negative 27, that sounds like 10 degrees, 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and snowing. Podcasts are out of the bag now for me. I will participate with Dan for a little while. When I get back in November, I'll go up and podcast at his place, hopefully a couple times. And when he goes to South America for a couple of months, which is the plan if you're shocked, yes, he'll be down there about 3.5 months. He plans on continuing the podcast down there. And he'll have a new guest down there. It's actually going to be a guy named Eric, who he loves very much. So, and Eric's looking forward to being on the podcast, and he's quite funny himself. So I'm sure you'll enjoy his banter on that podcast. Last, I'll just say one more time for Patreon.com, and it's so important to us. Please consider subscribing to Patreon. At a $5 level, you can listen to every podcast, plus hear every one that ever's been recorded, and other content, many videos that you'd never see on YouTube, on any of Dan's sub-channels under This is Dan Bell on YouTube. So you go to patreon.com, look for Dan Bell the podcast, and you can subscribe then. And it'll ask you to set up an account, etc., a password, and it's so much a month. So if you just would set up to allow $5 a month to come out of whatever, credit card, etc., then you have full access to everything. At the same time, you can be aware that you are greatly helping support Dan and all of us to put out another dirty room and all the other things Dan puts in. All right. We're about 50 minutes. We're going to finish this up now. Thank you all for listening. And stay well. Stay warm where it's cold. And don't forget, Florida's down here. It's open for all of y'all. And if I can see anybody at Wyckoff's haunted house in St. Petersburg, please come and watch me. Who knows what I'll do? At www.ricksarastore.com, get full details on that and everything else. Thank you again, Tom, the Shah, Tiff, Alicia, Chicken Killers, Tom, Yan Brand, Kanakahu, David, Jen. Am I saying the same names? Yes, I am. All right. Alicia, Vicky. Did I miss someone? I'm so sorry if I did. Lily, John Stone, Matthew Smalley. All right. That's it. We're done. Goodbye. I will talk to you again.